In this video, I'd like to talk about our enterprise product and really walk through some of the different scenarios that we see as we work with companies, investment groups, and public sector organizations who work with data. There really is a spectrum. And on one end of the spectrum are organizations that are doing all the right things, that have a ton of data, that are incorporating their own data, that have bought multiple sources of subscription data to understand their customers or their industries or whatever they're trying to do, and that are also bringing in public data, right? So you have these companies here that have a lot of data, but if they're honest with themselves and they assess those processes, really they've got 3 different portals they need to log into. They've got 2 different Excel spreadsheets that are getting emailed. They've got like an Oracle or an SAP system that they need to export. And they've got entire teams who are basically full-time occupied in putting this data together in charts for the executive team to be able to understand what's happening and make decisions. And so for organizations on this end of the spectrum, we basically automate that whole process. So we take your data, your subscription data, and the public data that's important to you, and we actually wield it all together so that it updates in real time, again, as opposed to having the delay embedded in a whole team that has to put this together in charts for you and so on. On the other side of the spectrum, you have organizations that may be growing, but have had the benefit of being internally focused, right? So they've been focused on their own data and they're saying, look, we're growing as an organization and we need to get more conversant, we need to be looking at more data, and we need to bring more sources into our decision-making processes. So these are organizations that, again, have been focused on a few sources of data and are trying to mature those processes. And what Knoema Enterprise helps those organizations do is really leapfrog all of this, right? So instead of them having to go through this process that we described in the other end of the spectrum, they're able to actually use our data to pull in all of these different sources of data here, again, in a purpose-built environment specifically to support their decision-making objectives. So, again, these are 2 ends of the spectrum. Organizations fall in anywhere on the spectrum, and there are certainly other use cases that we help organizations address. But if either of these apply to you or your organization, or if either of these challenges or pain points resonate with you, I encourage you to reach out to our team. We would love to give you a demo and walk you through our enterprise product. Thank you.